Today, we are talking about Bank of Canada's latest move and what it means for the economy, housing market, and the rest of 2024. As expected and widely anticipated by the market, Bank of Canada cut its overnight rate by 50 basis points from 4.25% to 3.75%, as we saw the inflation data come in weaker than expected at 1.6%. This is Bank of Canada's fourth consecutive rate cut since June, with the market pricing in another cut on the next meeting on December 11th. Now, whether that cut is 25 basis points or 50 basis points is yet to be determined. The market right now is pricing in a 25% basis point cut with a 25% likelihood of a 50 basis point cut. Now, obviously, this will depend on future data that rolls in before that announcement. Bank of Canada said the timing of future cuts and the size of future cuts will depend on how the economy evolves and inflation data. Growth in the Canadian economy was better than expected in the second quarter of 2024, but predictions for growth have been downgraded for the third quarter from 2.8% to 1.5%, with the Bank of Canada predicting that the GDP will increase by 1.2% for 2024, with it bouncing back to 2.1% in 2025. So how does this impact the real estate market? Well, I didn't have a flood of buyers and investors calling me at 10:30 yesterday after the 50 basis point cut looking to get into the market. But this will help market sentiment for sure. And it seems very clear that Bank of Canada is on the path of lower rates, which will help buyers' confidence and people's confidence in general in the market because there's more certainty introduced into the market. Now, this isn't going to have a big impact on fixed rates and buyers' purchasing power who are qualified for fixed rates because, as I've said in previous videos, fixed rates have already priced in these cuts and markets had already priced in this 50 basis point cut leading up to Bank of Canada's rate announcement. I really don't see this having a huge impact on the market, at least between now and the end of this year. I think it's hard to see a reality that prices soften unless we see a flood of inventory come to the market. And it's hard to see a reality where prices really have a big uptick unless we see a bunch of inventory taken off the market and a bunch of buyers looking to purchase properties. The reality is Bank of Canada is cutting rates for a reason, and that's because the economy is not doing very well. So they're trying to stimulate the economy, just like if they were increasing rates because the economy is doing well, they're trying to get a grip on inflation. So that's really it to report for this week's video. Nothing too crazy or exciting, unfortunately. There was a lot of media and hype around this 50 basis point cut, but if you were in the industry and in the market, you would know that this was basically a shoo-in. Earlier this week, the market was pricing in this rate cut for 50 basis points at like a 90+% likelihood. So really no big surprise here. We'll see how the economy and data evolves leading up to the December 11th cut. Right now, as I said, we have a 25 basis point rate cut priced in as the highest likelihood. But obviously, if the economy and data changes before then, predictions could change as well. So thank you guys for watching this video and stay tuned next week.